Everyone, I'm Ryan, you're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and in this video, I'm going to address a small cluster of comments and questions I got on my Cyclone unboxing video. I got this thing in last week, and I'm in love with it. I think this is a great guitar. I'm really stoked on it. But anyways, the gist of the question, the gist of this cluster of comments was wondering whether or not a Cyclone could fill the Strat-shaped hole in your heart, in your quiver, in your life, in your soul. If you've got a Strat itch, will this itch it for you? That's the question. Before we get into sound comparisons and stuff like that, let's attack this by addressing the main construction differences between these two guitars. There are major differences, even though this has 3 single coil pickups and a Strat style trim, just like the Strat I'm holding right here. The major difference is the scale length. The Cyclone has a 24 3/4 inch scale, which is 3/4 of an inch shorter than the standard 25 1/2 inch scale that you get with a Strat. With a shorter scale guitar, the strings are going to feel a little bit looser, maybe a little bit more fluttery, more bendable than on the 25 1/2 inch scale of the Strat. The Strat's going to feel a little bit stiffer, a little bit more taut, we'll say. I really like shorter scale guitars just because of that looseness. It allows you to up the weight of your strings a little bit. Like I'll usually keep, kind of like 10s or even 9s on a normal Strat. And then on a short scale guitar like this, I'll put 11s. On a really short scale guitar, I'll even put 13s. Like I've got a Duosonic that's 22 3/4 inch scale, something like that. And I put 13s on that and it takes them like a champ. So anyways, besides the scale difference, there's a big difference in the wiring. Even though there's 3 pickups here and 3 pickups here, and they're all singles, you've got 2 knobs here and 3 knobs here. And you wouldn't think that would be that huge of a deal. But the reason it is on a Strat with standard wiring, there's no tone control for the bridge pickup. It's just running raw right into your output when you are on that bridge pickup. That lends a much brighter, ice pickier tone out of the Strat. No matter what pickups you have in there, no matter the brand of the single coil Strat pickups, it's always going to be really bright. Where the bridge on the Cyclone is always passing through the tone control. Even when it's turned all the way up, it's still bleeding off some of your signal. It just is. And so because of that circuit difference, you're not going to get Strat bridge sounds out of this guitar. You can do mods to lift the tone off of the bridge and things like that. But it's just not going to be the same sound. Another thing that makes these two guitars different is that you've got the blade switch here. You've got Jaguar switches here, which means you get 2 extra settings on this switch plate versus the Strat. Now, I've always wanted to do a Jaguar switch plate mod on a Strat to get those 2 extra settings. I've achieved it various ways in the past. I have a Strat pickguard that's got 3 toggle switches here that allow me to do that sort of stuff. You could also, get creative with push-pull pots and whatnot to allow you to access extra settings. But it's a lot easier with this where you can select the neck and the bridge together and you can select all 3 on at the same time with the Cyclone. All right, let's get into some sound comparisons now. Should I start with the Cyclone or should I start with the Strat? Let's start with the Strat. Turn off most of these effects. I'm going to leave a light drive on from my 50/50. It's pushing it pretty good. Here it is without the drive. Maybe we should do it that way. Show it completely clean. All right. Here is the bridge position, and I think right now I'll cut back and forth between the Strat and the Cyclone. Number 2. Middle. Number 4. And neck. Extra settings, neck and bridge. And all on. So obviously, they sound different. A lot of it might come down to different pickups. This one's got kind of boutique-y Strat pickups in there from the Octave Doctor. I installed those when I did the refin on this. This has stock Squier pickups. There's gonna be sound differences between them, but I think even if you throw these same pickups into here, it's gonna sound different because of the scale, because of that circuit difference, because of various factors of the guitar. This has a different soul to it than the Strat. But yeah, you can get those functional sounds as far as, you know, humbucking in the combined pickup settings between the bridge in the middle or the neck in the middle. The neck and the bridge don't humbuck together because they're not reverse wound from each other. That's not how those work. So let's try it with drive now. We'll go back and forth again. This is a sort of tasty little lick. That's not it. Number 2. Middle position. Number 4 position. Sloppy. Neck pickup. And then, of course, neck and bridge. And all on. So yeah, it could totally be mostly the different pickups making the huge difference right now. Sure, totally. But I'm going to say that the feel is so different that I'm still going to make the argument that this is not a Strat. I know on paper it might seem that way. 3 pickups, Strat trem, it seems kind of Stratty. This is not a Strat in feel. It's not a Strat experience while you're playing it. This is a Strat. It feels like a Strat. It plays like a Strat. It sounds like a Strat. This is something different. It's its own thing. I can't think of any other Fender guitars, I know there are, that are 24 3/4 inch scale. That's typically the Gibson scale. So you have a pretty unique scale length on the Cyclone. It's longer than a Mustang. It's longer than a Jaguar. It's shorter than a Strat. Definitely longer than a Duosonic. I know there's probably oddball Fenders that are 24 3/4 inch scale, but they're not coming to mind. There's just something very friendly about that scale length to me. I like it. It's a nice kind of loose and expressive feeling guitar to me. I don't know what it is about the trim on this. I've started to mess around with the trim on the Supersonic again. I took the extra springs off and took it back down to 3. There's a difference between Strat bridges, the way they're set up, where this one, when you bring the bar back down, it kind of squishes back into place, where this one knocks back into place. And the tension is actually looser on this. I've got the tension higher on this. So smart tech type people out there, give me some hints and tips on how to make this trim feel like this trim, which is actually how I have this trim dialed in. That same sort of feel where when it rocks back, it kind of connects with, not click, but it like, you feel it physically connect with the body instead of the squish feel that the Supersonic is giving me. So that's my little side note there. I hope I answered your questions. Another thing people were talking about with these in the comment section and other places where people are chatting them up. I saw people saying that they were going to get one of these and drop Jaguar pickups into it to make it like the original run, which had Jaguar pickups. You need to know, if you don't already, you will need a new pick guard, or you'll have to get handy and route out this pick guard, because Jaguar pickups will not fit in Strat pickups. I've got a Jaguar pick guard here, and I'll show you how it lines up. It's way bigger. I'll take a photo of that so I can put it on the screen to be sure you get a good shot of the size difference. And that's just because Jaguar pickups, the entire plastic assembly and the metal claw around the outside, and even the tabs that the screws go through, have a clearance around the pick guard, and then they screw directly into the body instead of being mounted to the pick guard. So it's just a very different construction from a Strat pickup. If you're looking to do that, best of luck. I wish you luck. Let us know where you find a pick guard that works. If you track down a pick guard that's cut for an original Cyclone and it's successful for you and it does connect with this body, I want to know about it. I'm sure everyone else does. So please keep us updated in the comment section or on the 60 Cycle Hum Facebook group or wherever, really. Tell people, tell someone if it works or if it doesn't work, because we want to know. Otherwise, I know I'm still in the honeymoon phase with the Cyclone. I just got it last week. But I'm loving it. I really, really, really like this guitar. My wife likes it too. She saw me carrying it out of the garage to show her, and she was like, oh my gosh, I love it. And she basically told me that I'm not allowed to ever sell or refinish this one. So it's locked in, guys. I'm going to keep the Cyclone forever. And I'm glad that she likes it, because I really like playing it and I think it sounds great. It just doesn't sound like a Strat to me. It has a lot of great sounds, but it doesn't do the Strat thing. If I want a Strat, I'm going to grab a Strat. That's just really what it comes down to. It's a Cyclone. That's what it is. It's its own thing. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. Support us on Patreon. And buy a shirt if you want to. People really only buy like 5 or 6 shirts a month. I really put them up more for you guys if you want them. I'm definitely not making any sort of big profit on them. If there's something you really want to see on a shirt, you want to see some design idea you have that references the channel, hit me up sometime. If I've got the time, I'll make it possible. Otherwise, you know what? Stay grounded. Bye, everybody.